Hi everyone, it's Laura and it's lunchtime at my house and I am going to drink something that I think is absolutely amazing. For the past month, I have been drinking bone broth at least 5 times a week. I originally heard about bone broth from my friend here on YouTube, Marla Robinson, and I'll link her channel below. But Marla was talking about her son and how bone broth he felt was just changing his health. And she piqued my curiosity, so I started doing a little research and looking on Pinterest. And I found that bone broth is helpful for wrinkles, which got my attention, of course, but also 2 other things, with weight loss and also with helping prevent colds and flu. And at the time, it was towards the end of the school year, and almost every teacher I worked with was so sick. And I thought, what a great time to start this and sort of experiment and see if drinking the bone broth every day would keep me from getting sick. And spoiler alert, it did. I did not catch one of their colds, and now I've been away from them for a couple of weeks and I'm still healthy, which is great. Now, I went ahead and bought this book. It's Dr. Kellyan's Bone Broth Cookbook, and I made my own bone broth. But when I originally started drinking it, I wanted to get started right away, and I picked this one up at my local grocery store. I looked on Amazon and they sell it there. What I loved about this initially was it's portable. I just take it out, pour it into a cup, heat it in the microwave, and I'm done. But I do think the health benefits from making it yourself, I made mine in my crock pot, are excellent because you have less salt, you can pick organic meat and bones to put in it. So I actually prefer making it myself, but in a pinch, I think this is great. So I just want to show you real quick how simple it is. Now, I know bone broth sounds a little icky, but it just tastes like chicken noodle soup broth without any of the noodles. It's as simple as shaking it up. Then you just open it up, pour it into a bowl. I like to use a mug because at school I would just drink it while I was working with kids in a reading group. I actually skip lunch a lot of days because I just don't have the time. Now, this is only 50 calories, by the way. Now, again, that was something that attracted me because I had heard that, the bone broth will sort of fill you up so you won't be so hungry. So at night, I like to sometimes have that and then a salad, and I'm full. And this is only 50 calories and plus all this nutrition. I'm just going to put it on for 1 minute and 15 seconds, and that's it. It's that simple. The bone broth is all done, ready to go. Ooh, it's a little hot. I'm going to put it down for a minute and tell you a little bit about why I wanted the book. The reason I wanted this book is because Dr. Kellyann goes into a little more detail of losing weight by eating bone broth. She has a plan, and it was laid out very clearly, and I thought it was excellent. Plus, she had recipes for chicken bone broth, beef, other recipes that I thought would be very easy for me to make. I'm not a chef, I'm not an amazing cook. This was as simple as putting chicken and some water and a few spices into a crock pot, and I liked the simplicity of it. Now, I do want to tell you how I store this. What I've been doing, I made a pot of the bone broth, and then I like to use these Pyrex glass dishes. I really don't like putting my food in plastic. I pour it in this and then freeze it. So I froze with the batch that I made enough bone broth for probably a couple of weeks, which was great because that was my lunch sometimes, or in between, to fill me up the bone broth for that long of a time. So it was a lot cheaper that way. These cost about $1.99, which I really don't mind paying since that's usually my lunch. But it's great it's much healthier, I think, to make your own. There's more salt in this. But there's 10 grams of protein, which is a lot. So this bone broth, even though it's just broth, actually makes you feel really full. I was having this for lunch at school and not having any other food until dinner time around 6 o'clock. So normally I was eating salad and feeling hungry right away, but with this, I just didn't seem to feel hungry at all. Like I said, this bone broth is actually very delicious. It tastes like you're eating the broth from chicken noodle soup. You can make beef broth if you prefer that. It's so delicious. Actually, it makes my throat feel really good. As a teacher, I'm talking all day, and I found it helped me with my throat. Now, another thing they say is it helps promote sleep and make you feel more calm. And at the end of school, I was very stressed out, very busy, and I actually felt it did help with that. I was sleeping really well, and I think the longer you're on it too, the more you feel those effects. So between helping me keep off those 5 pounds I want to keep off, or 10 sometimes, sleeping better, better skin. I feel like I'm wearing much less makeup lately, and I really think it's this broth because that's the main thing that I've changed. And between that and just the other health effects of this, I think it's a winner, and I hope you'll try it. Have a great week.